Welcome to a little bonus action of Top Guy Theater. I don't know why we're talking so quietly. Just Antonio and I, a little fireside chat.
Yep.
We're gonna watch the Go Home edition, Go Home Monday Night Raw for King of the Ring '98, because that's what we're watching on Sunday. That show will be up Monday. So this is a nice little background for the show. So go ahead and go to the WWE Network and pull up the June 22nd, 1998 Raw. The King of the Ring this year was on June 28th. So let's read the description here. As Mr. McMahon makes the stipulation that Stone Cold Steve Austin's WWE title defense at King of the Ring will be a first blood match, Kane speaks for the first... Oh, no way. That's this episode. While Paul Bearer witnesses these events unfold from home. The Undertaker pays him a visit, plus X-Pac gets some revenge on the nation. Edge makes his in-ring debut, and more. A lot happening on this show.
This is my my first wrestling show I ever watched.
That's crazy. How? So I don't mean this to be sarcastic. How is it you remember this is the first show? Like what sticks out that I know for a fact this was the first show I watched?
I believe this is correctly. Isn't this the one where Kane gave Stone Cold the bloodbath?
I'll know when we start the show and he's wearing the Austin 316 jersey.
Yeah. If it's that one, that's the first one I ever watched.
Was Paul Bearer there for that?
I don't think so.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
So go ahead and go over to the whatever you're using to watch the network on. For me, I just have to go to the other window. Oh, Dustin Runnels is a religious guy, is on this one too.
Oh, crap. I forgot about that.
So we got an hour and 35 minutes. Let's go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1, play. Here we go. Old school intro. Oh, the good old days.
Oh, yeah. I missed this.
Oh, old school Mankind. See, and I remember watching, now they have 11,000 interviews about, Hell in a Cell. And
yeah.
Mick said that he didn't think he deserved that spot because Mankind wasn't really doing anything at the time. They just kind of threw him in a match with The Undertaker. And it's hard to believe because how just it's absurdly popular Mankind would become after this. But it's true. He was just kind of stuck like in between stories when this happened.
Hang on. My bad.
What the hell was that?
My phone's acting up. Okay.
Did a truck just drive through your house?
Oh, apparently.
Jesus. Speaking of coming through the house, here comes Undertaker through the ring, and he's big booted Paul Bearer.
Oh my God.
Oh, that never gets any easier to watch.
No.
And he's laying the wood to Paul Bearer. I don't understand how anyone could want to get on top of the cell. Especially Kane. He weighed like 330 pounds.
Hey, where you at?
The
time count.
they're showing the warehouse now. 153, 54, 55. We're only 2 minutes in. You couldn't have got lost already.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay. So I couldn't help but notice that Shawn Michaels is in the intro still, even though he's not a member of the roster.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Bret Hart was in the ring.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I actually like this intro.
It's probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
It hits me in all the right spots. Where's this show from, JR? They're going to tell us? Apparently not. They always have the graphic. It says where they are. They're in Texas. There's the flag. Somewhere in Texas.
I missed that. What? everybody had a sign instead of being on their phone.
Yeah. It was still kind of that way when I went to WrestleMania 19. There was a lot of signs around still, but it was already starting to die down. Austin, Texas. Probably the University of Texas, if I had to guess. They went there a lot. Or is it called University? No, that's Texas Tech, I think.
NW Wolfpack right there.
And you just don't. You don't normally. You don't see audiences like this anymore.
Yeah, everybody.
I mean, granted, I know there is no audiences. I get that, but even before that, they don't. Look at this handsome devil. They don't respond that way anymore. Like people used to come legit insane at house shows, or live events. Like they saw a stunner, or the diamond cutter, or if Sting repelled from they just lost their minds. Now it's just, oh well.
Yeah. They're like too busy texting Facebook, Twitter. Like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah, like it's sad.
It is.
Uh-oh. TJ might be getting a special guest for a future show. Doing business. Oh, I ain't telling you.
Man.
Well, let me rephrase that. I'm not going to spoil it on the show.
No problem.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. This is my favorite version of Kane.
Oh, of course.
There has to be.
And even, I would say until Kane went no top, I was even like the mouthless mask, and even when he took the mask off, but he still had like the mesh top with like the belts on it.
Yeah.
I was still down.
Oh yeah.
But as soon as he went topless, I'm like, I don't know why. I can't explain to you why.
I know when he came back in 2002, at first I'm like, that ain't Kane.
Yeah.
He's too much in shape.
Yo, dude, Kane was jacked when he came back.
Yeah.
This is, oh man, this is so great. I can't even hear what he's saying, and I'm in. Anyway, so last week we did Halloween Havoc 98, which I'm still doing, by the way. It's on the side screen. And
that took off my whole work shit just listening to the podcast.
Well, yeah, it's 9.5 hours long. There's probably some left over.
Yeah.
We went on the eBay shopping spree. You were not here for that. Some things got bought. Mike Kolb sold the show for sure. He bought an autographed Winged Eagle replica belt signed by Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I was listening. I'm like,
for $300.
Oh, he managed to get lower from what the price was?
The belt alone is $450. But we're going to do that again this weekend. I think we're going to call that. I think the new working title for that show is going to be Top Guy Roadshow, kind of like Antique Roadshow.
Yeah, so I'll just wait to go on eBay then.
Yeah, do that. That's probably going to be a thing. My wife might divorce me eventually, but cross that bridge when you get to it, you know?
Yeah. Like, I'm already looking at stuff, and I'm like, I might as well wait till everybody's here.
You know what's weird? You weren't here. I bought 24 master tapes from Ring of Honor from 02 to 06.
Yeah.
And I looked on their app. Half of them are on their app or on their network. Half of them are not. So that could be something. But now I'm just looking around like, can I find more master tapes? That's all I care about anymore.
So those are tapes that like just unedited. You hear like commentary off air.
Yeah. So the way Matt and Carl both explained it to me is if I watch the tape, which I do have a VCR, and like the time code's still on it and there's no commentary, you have the original. Because they haven't done the voiceovers on it yet. Now, if you have one that has a time code but it has the voiceovers on it, then you might have like the first cut and not the actual master tape.
That's good. How much you spend on those?
For 24 tapes, I bought them for $125.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
Well, Matt was telling me the potential,
Yeah.
and like I said, half are on their network, half are not. And I have 2 best of shows, and on their network, the only best of show is I think is Tyler Black. I have Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe. So,
Oh, wow.
excuse me. So Matt said the potential of the tapes is, say, Ring of Honor wants to put, I'm trying to think one of the shows I have and they don't. Let's say they want like Battle in Manhattan. I think I have from 05. Let's say they want that. They want to put it on the network, but they don't have it. He goes, if you actually have the true master, they have to get it from you because it's the source tape. Okay. I said, how about I do this? How about I'll let you have it, but you got to plug me on your show, Dick.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But even like this, I bought AWA Super Clash 1 on DVD because it's not on the network.
Yeah.
And we were discussing this before. Oh, look at this! Look at this guy, this handsome devil. Before we went on the air, we discussed that show's not on the network, and I've been contacting them about it. And they, I read the copyright policy because obviously I'm not going to show anything on here that I'm not allowed to. It's not worth the trouble.
Yeah.
But like, I know I'm not going to take out Jerry McDevitt and WWE's legal. So I'm trying to see, because the way I read it, maybe I should have Matt read it. The way I read it, it only covers things that are on the network or established, like WWE shows and superstars. It never mentions. Now I listen. I understand WCW's under there and AEW or AWA's under there, and I think they bought Jim Crockett Promotions. Maybe. Well, yeah, they had to because they have Starrcade. UWF, Bill Watts is UWF, whatever. I get all that, but like they don't have any of Bill Watts's Superdome shows on here. They don't have a lot of that kind of stuff. Collision in Korea is not on the network. I don't think.
I was looking for that.
I don't think any of the WCW New Japan Super shows are on the network, and I'll be willing to bet New Japan owns those. Not.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
So that's another thing we're looking into is, for some of these bonus shows, doing shows that you can't find very easily, like Super Clash. Although it's 4.5 hours, so that's going to be a multi-parter. Like Collision in Korea, like Bill Watts Superdome show or whatever, shit like that.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn and Mankind.
Oh jeez.
Who we got? Shamrock, Mark Henry, Double J, Mark Marrow, The Rock and Triple H, Severn, and Owen Hart. What years is 98? Shamrock wins King of the Ring.
He should have been multiple world champion, but what is it? JR said he was not reliable.
And yeah, it was undependable. Independable is not a word. Look at this guy. Yeah, I was all about Ken Shamrock in 98.
Yeah, he had the music, he had the look.
Dude, his music is underrated.
That's like one of my top favorite theme musics.
Yep. Underrated. And actually, I've always thought Dan Severns was really good.
Yeah, this is pretty good too.
Who we got? I always forgot who he's facing in the first round. Well, Mark Henry. Little baby Mark Henry here.
Oh yeah. The Rock and the Hawaiian vacation clothes.
So I had a podcast that lasted one episode 3 years ago, and I made up some games for it to like kind of break up the monotony of the show. One of them was Homeward Bound was what I called it, and I would list 15 superstars, tag teams, and factions. And essentially, we'd go around the horn, and you tell me if they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame or not, and we'd have a discussion about it. It was actually really cool. That's probably the best one I had. And then I had one called Hot Tag, which weirdly enough, is that the one I'd have to look at my notes. I still have it somewhere. And then it was tag team related, obviously. And then there was another one I can't recall. But we had this conversation, and I was the only one that agreed. So I'll ask you and see what you say, because I don't want to tell you the answer and sway it, or tell you my answer and have you sway your answer.
Yeah.
Should Nation of Domination be in the Hall of Fame?
Honestly, yes, because they did make an impact during the Attitude Era. I mean, unfortunately, right now it's like a really crappy time.
Mm.
They want to go for like a group like that, but it should be in the Hall of Fame.
Because if you think about it, now I'm counting Farouk, Mark Henry, The Rock, D'Lo Brown. I don't really count Owen, and I don't count Brian Adams, all that goofy shit they did before that.
Yeah.
So I think, now granted, I think the only two to win a world title was, I guess Ron Simmons did. But, after the formation of the group, The Rock won 7 world titles. Henry's got 1, but his was epic. So they have 8 world titles. They have, Lord knows how many intercontinental title runs between all of them. All of them had the intercontinental title.
And European title.
Actually, no, Farouk never did have the intercontinental title, but tag championships.
I thought Farouk did have the intercontinental at one point.
No, he was in the finals to win it when Owen dropped Austin on his head, and he lost to Owen in the finals.
Oh, okay.
That was the closest he got. But I mean, it's like they've all had storied careers, and Nation of Domination had, people still talk about him. It's where The Rock got started. Well, it's where The Rock took off.
Like the one memory I remember was when I think it was when The Rock turned on Farouk, or Farouk got ousted.
Yeah, The Rock turned. Well, they all turned on him, but
yeah,
it was led by The Rock.
I love it when Farouk was like, I forgot what he said, but he said after, "Get your ass back down here."
And
that was great.
He had that voice.
Yeah.
Like even when he wasn't doing a pro, he's just screaming in the ring. You're like, oh, God. That voice is so scary.
Oh yeah. Like, look at Kama. He was the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not in the Hall of Fame. He should be.
He's not? I thought he was. He got inducted. The Godfather got inducted, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it was 2018.
Yep. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I think the only member from the Nation not in the Hall of Fame, I think, is D'Lo Brown.
Yeah. I think he's working with Impact, right?
I think he's one of their trainers or agents, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he like.
And weirdly enough, Ken Shamrock's in Impact right now.
Yeah. He still look good, but like.
He looks phenomenal for being 52. However old he is.
Yeah. He shouldn't be there. I would like to see him come back WWE.
I would have. To me, the only thing you can do with Shamrock that makes sense anyway is just have a one-off, and only because this guy used his match, and I would have Shamrock and Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Because Riddle did the Lions Den on NXT or whatever he called it, but it was the Lions Den.
Oh, Fight Pit.
Yeah, but I mean it was a square Lions Den.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean if Shamrock would have been, oh Lord.
Oh jeez.
if Shamrock would have been, dependable and like would have made this his priority, there's no telling how far Shamrock could have gone. Yeah, I think he would have. I think he would have been champion.
Yeah, at least like not a whole lot, but at least a few times.
Oh shit! Dang. Oh shit! Shamrock with the win. The belly to belly gets her done after a huge splash by Vader. Vader ran through him.
It sucks. WWE misused Vader. Like
Oh.
I watch his WCW stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing better.
Well, they got off to a great start. You know, he comes out, he attacks Gorilla Monsoon, which is I thought the perfect way for him to start. And then, you know, and I don't mean to keep bashing this drum, but HBK stopped him dead in his tracks at SummerSlam '97.
I was about to say that because
Was it no '96?
He didn't want to work with.
SummerSlam
Yeah, '96.
So is he missing a tooth? He is missing a tooth.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I don't know.
So it was SummerSlam '96, by the way. But so as the story goes, as the match was going on, Shawn wasn't super excited to get in the ring with Vader anyway, because Vader was snug and stiff and all that other stuff, and Shawn didn't like that.
Yeah.
But supposedly Vader missed a spot. And I don't even mean, he didn't miss a spot. He was in the wrong position for one of the moves. And that's when you see Shawn jump up the top rope, kick him in the head, and say effing move or whatever he said, something along those lines. Yeah. And then I guess Shawn had just kind of been ragging him for a series of house shows before that, even to the point Vader thought he was going to get fired. And because of the stroke Shawn had, and when Vader's run was done after that, he never really did anything.
He just did a whole bunch of run-ins.
Yeah, which, I mean, everyone of our Shawn apologists on the show agree with me on Vader. That was horseshit. But that's pretty much where it stopped. But, you know, again, Frank and I buried that hatchet. We've made our points. It's fine now. And I even told Frank once, I said, I'm not even a Brett guy. I just hated Shawn. He's like, that's even worse. That you hated. Oh, there's Edge. There he is. Oh, goodness. Oh, good. That's what he's talking to right now.
Dude is 50 plus and he could go.
Dude, he's one of the best at it right now.
Yeah.
If the Dustin we have today was like the Dustin we had in 97, 96, 95,
yeah,
Goldust would have been massive.
Oh yeah, like they would have wrestlers like be laughing at him because of his style, but once again, that ring.
If you forget this too, and we've discussed it on the show, I believe the Attitude Era at least started somewhat. At the very least, WWE dipped their toe in the water of Attitude with Goldust in '95. To me, that's when it started. And very controversial at the time. It'd be controversial now. But it was so controversial, not just on camera, but behind the scenes. If you remember, WrestleMania 12 was supposed to be Goldust and Razor Ramon.
Yep, and Razor did not want to work with him.
Razor didn't want to work with him, so Razor's not even on the show. And it was Goldust and Piper, because Piper's like, yeah, I'll work with the kid. And it was, I'd be willing to, and I know the Backlot Brawl gets shit now, but like back in the day, that was amazing to me. It's still one of my favorite matches. And I love
they used the OJ chase sequence.
I could have done without that part, but I thought the rest of it was great. And here's the reason why. Yeah. So you're watching it. He just did the X Factor already. But you're watching and you go, man, that looked like Roddy Piper just really got hit with that car, because he did.
Yeah.
And then you're like, man, it looks like Piper really broke that one, and now he's bleeding, because he did. Like, it was, they were legit beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
And then, Bruce explained it. They had to like doctor up Piper to look like he did, because that was shot like 2 days before. And like, I don't think the Goldust Razor match would have been nearly as memorable as Goldust and Piper was.
Yeah, I don't think the way Razor was, he probably would have made that match terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's because he wasn't.
I mean, here's the thing: if Razor wanted to, technically the match probably would have been technically good. But
Yeah, if he wanted to.
The thing with Razor, because this is how they all were, is, would he have played it straight or would he have pulled a Shawn against Hogan and just sold like a jack off and made Goldust look stupid?
Oh yeah. Man.
Dustin, I can't explain. I'm not just saying this because he's in AEW now or whatever, but Dustin Rhodes has always been like one of my favorites. Always.
Oh yeah, he's always been. Like he makes everything like memorable, even if it's like the stupidest angle.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he.
No, go ahead.
Remember when he got electrocuted?
Yes.
He made he made that the best.
I remember the first time I saw Goldust, or not Goldust, but Dustin Rhodes, was Royal Rumble '90. Him and Dusty teamed up to take on Ted DiBiase and oh man, who was the other guy he had for Money Inc? I don't think it was Andre. I have to look that up now. It's bothering me. Oh, maybe it was Virgil. Might have been Virgil. Oh, Google. Royal Rumble 1990. And then, his work in WCW after that as the Natural was phenomenal. Royal Rumble 1990.
The only time he shouldn't have been wrestling was he went to TNA for a little bit as Black Reign.
We don't talk about that. January 21st, 1990, from Orlando, 16,000 people. Previous pay-per-view before this, want to guess what the previous pay-per-view was before Royal Rumble 1990? I'll give you a hint. It's not Survivor Series 89.
SummerSlam?
No. You're going the wrong direction. There was one in between Survivor Series and Royal Rumble. You're not going to guess it. I wouldn't have. No Holds Barred, the match, the movie.
Wow. Oh my God.
So, we had the Bushwhackers defeated the Rougeau brothers. Brutus Beefcake and the Genius went 11 minutes, and it ended in a double disqualification.
Oh my God.
Oh, we gotta watch this show now. Ronnie Garvin defeated. Oh, that shit match. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of?
Is it on the network?
What?
The show you're talking about, No Holds Barred.
Oh, I doubt it.
We have to find that for like a future bonus.
I'm trying to remember what show the Rhodeses versus. Where's Joey when you need him? He'd know. The Rhodeses versus Money Inc. was. Maybe it was WrestleMania. Let's see. Paul Roma was in the dark match for Royal Rumble 90 and WrestleMania 6. What are the odds of that?
Crazy.
It must have been 91. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, no. That's Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire. So let's go.
Say that was Dusty Sapphire, Macho Man.
Macho King and, Sherry Martel.
Yeah.
So look at Royal Rumble 91. This has to be it. So this one, I think I have this one on tape. Looks like it. January 19th, 91 from Miami Arena, 16,000 people. 2 Royal Rumbles back-to-back drew 16,000 people.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. The dark match was Jerry Saggs versus Sam Houston.
No.
What? The Rockers and the Orient. Actually, I remember that match. The Rockers and the Orient Express was a really good match. Big Boss Man defeated the Barbarian in 14 minutes.
Oh, look, it's me when I'm hungover.
Please tell me you have that bathrobe. And you wear
Yes.
you wear a button-up shirt under it.
Oh, wow.
He's angry about something.
I think it's when Kane said, if I don't win that match, I'll set myself on fire.
Yes. Sergeant Slaughter defeated the Warrior for the title with the help of Macho King. The Mountie defeated Coco Beware.
Lord.
Ted DiBiase and Virgil defeated Dustin and Dusty Rhodes. So there you go. That's where it was. Hulk Hogan eliminated Earthquake to win the Royal Rumble that year.
Oh, wow.
Earthquake should have been the champion. Just saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then again, they made him freaking. They squashed Hogan. That should have won. He should have won the title.
Yeah. Agreed. Right then.
Like you just made all the kids cry and all that.
Mm-hmm. I don't even remember who was the champion. They wasn't Hogan. Oh, it was Warrior.
Yeah, it was Warrior.
Dumb. Oh, this Sunday. Hey, we're watching it this Sunday.
Sponsored by Super Soaker.
They had so many great ads back then. Super Soaker. My friend Andy busted out. Like we were having a conversation one day, and it was somebody made a point, and there was like a break in the conversation. And all of a sudden, he just goes, "This conversation brought to you by KBC Kaboom Box." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Tower of Power.
Yeah, I didn't remember what was the segment that was pair with it. It was the JVC Kaboom Box Slam of the Week. That's what it was.
Yep. And you remember with JR, like when they bring up Skittles, JR used to have like a freaking outburst.
Yes, he did every time.
They're delicious, fruity Skittles.
There's Jerry Lawler. So that's a different look for Jerry. No crown, a suit coat with no undershirt because he's Jerry Lawler. Who, what woman we're going to bring out here? So,
yeah.
Although they do keep showing Al Snow signs.
Yep.
I wonder if this is when Al Snow was trying to get a job.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's
there he is right there.
Dressed as an old woman. Good Lord. My God.
Yeah, I was watching the pay-per-view last night, and it was just like one part I was laughing at.
There are, I mean, we have fun doing all these shows, and like Halloween Havoc last week was the shits, so it was fun, and we didn't even talk about it all that much. But
I watched it last night. I know this Sunday is going to be a great episode with everybody.
I'm looking forward to it. But like there are some shows. They're like, man, I cannot wait till we get to cover that. Like the dog kennel from Hell match. I cannot wait to do that show.
Oh my God.
I cannot wait for that. Possibly the worst match of all time.
Especially with the dogs.
Yeah.
Outside the ring, just getting frisky.
I think we're gonna kind of skew differently from what we normally do for the polls next week. And we didn't do a poll this week, by the way, because King of the Ring and Halloween Havoc tied.
Yeah.
I know you know that, but I'm telling everyone else. But I think it was Henry's idea to just do like Halloween Havocs the rest of the month. Actually, now I think about next week is the last weekend of Halloween or of October, so that doesn't make any sense. But I think we're going to end the week with Halloween Havoc 91, which was the Chamber of Horrors match. The Chamber of Horrors match.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
Terrible. Now that I've seen like how the match was conceptualized, it was a Dusty Rhodes woke up in a cold sweat after he had the dream about that match, and then how it materialized. And there's actually a lot of shit that happened in between. Like, because if you look at the original poster, Barry Windham, I think, Yeah, Barry Windham's on the heel team. So it was, trying to recall, it was Abdullah the Butcher, Oz, the Diamond Stud, who we know as Scott Hall, Barry Windham, and yeah, Nash and Hall were both in it. And I'm missing one because it was 5-on-5. Can't remember the other one.
I think which was overshadowed by that Chamber of Horrors match.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
There was a fifth guy in the heel team. I can't remember who it was. But Barry Windham ends up not being on the show. He's replaced by Cactus Jack. And then the face team was El Gigante. The Steiners. Yeah. The Steiner brothers. Who else was in there? I gotta look this up now because I'm missing too many people.
I know Abdullah the Butcher.
Well, he was on the heel team. I said Abby.
Oh, okay.
Halloween Havoc. I love having Google just at my fingertips at all times. 1991. Ron Simmons and Lex Luger were the other two. So the heel team originally was supposed to be the Ron Simmons, who's a babyface, El Gigante, Sting, Rick Steiner, and Scott Steiner. Ron Simmons was also. Oh wait, no, I said that wrong. I lied. It was 4-on-4, but the main event was Ron Simmons versus Lex Luger for the title. Pardon me. The Chamber of Horrors match was El Gigante, Sting. How did I forget Sting? The Steiners, and originally it was supposed to be Oz, One Man Gang, Diamond Stud, and Barry Windham.
Yeah.
Barry Windham's not on the show. One Man Gang's not on the show. So I think that's where Abby and Cactus Jack came in. So now I'm going to make sure, because in the beginning of the show, very young, too cool here. In the beginning of the show, Dustin Rhodes and Barry Windham get attacked by, maybe it was, I can't remember who it was. And Barry Windham just speeds off and takes Dustin Rhodes to the hospital. So I'm going to make sure either Barry Windham or One Man Gang was not in another match, which I do not think they were. Oh my God, the seventh match on the show is Van Hammer versus Doug Summers.
Oh
holy shit. And it's 1 minute and 13 seconds.
I'm going to be looking like him just watching that. I'll be looking like Eric.
And here's it. Match number 9, 1 minute 27 seconds. The Halloween Phantom defeated Tom Zink.
Oh my God.
I cannot wait to watch this now. Holy shit. I actually watched this recently, and I don't know why.
I'll be watching that later on just to see.
Steve Austin versus Dustin Rhodes for the TV title and a time limit draw. Johnny B. Bad versus Jimmy Garvin. Bobby Eaton versus Terry Taylor. Big Josh and PN News defeated Creature 1 and Creature 2. Jesus Christ. Bill Kazmaier defeated Oz. So Oz wasn't even in the match. What the hell? So the heel team ended up being Abdullah the Butcher, the Diamond Stud, Cactus Jack, and Vader.
Yeah.
So 3 of the 4 original heel team guys were not on the team on the original poster. That's bananas.
Oh my God, that sounds like a huge mess.
And then the Enforcers, who was Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko, was a great tag team. Beat the Patriots, who was Todd Champion and Firebreaker Chip.
Oh God, look at this guy.
Oh, it's old Jump Rope himself, Tennessee Lee.
There he comes.
I always forget he jumped ship.
No, like.
And we're not too far away from Jeff Jarrett losing his hair and then taking the shorts and the slap nuts or whatever he was calling people, slap dick. I don't remember what he said, but then he leaves not too much longer after that as well and goes back to WCW.
We got to pay Frank to wear his outfit.
Does Frank have that outfit?
I don't know. We'll make it for him.
I wonder if it's on eBay
It's on there. We'll buy it from him.
right
That'll
now.
be his Halloween costume.
Right now.
Is it?
I don't know, but I'm saying I'll buy it right now if it's on eBay. There's eBay. I don't even know how I like searched for this Jeff Jarrett stupid costume. Like I don't. Jeff Jarrett gear.
What's even worse? He came back at the Royal Rumble wearing that.
Well, I didn't mind that because that's. I mean, as a WWE guy, that is how you remember him, right? I don't think your
Well-
first thought of Double J is, oh, the rifle glasses and the Slapnuts T-shirt. I think it's this. It's my opinion.
Mine was the "Don't Piss Me Off" shirt with Deborah.
Oh, really? That was your. Oh, that was Slapnuts was WCW.
Yeah, Slapnuts was WCW. I started watching when Jeff Jarrett was going with Deborah and doing all that.
Which I have to be honest with you, Slapnuts. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I like the theme song in WCW. I think it was like
Well,
a playoff of Kid Rock.
It was Kid Rock's Cowboy without the words.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. It was a play on. It was. So you can get Hulk Hogan and Jeff Jarrett, TNA Legends of the Ring Series 1 Jakks 2 figure lot. So you get 2 figures for $112.
Mm.
They're not even autographed. Let's see. I don't see any. I just see a shitload of action figures. I don't see anything else. It's so weird.
I'm gonna have to just get a shirt and just cut it up. Come on, just imagine Frank.
Oh, there is a Jeff Jarrett autographed guitar.
Yeah.
But I ain't spending $800.
800.
Oh my God, there's one on here. It's Honky Tonk Man, Jimmy Hart, Jeff Jarrett. Signed guitar. I
How
feel
much?
like $350.
Oh, that's not bad.
I feel like we should ship that to Eric Bischoff.
Get him on the show. Well, then again, he might return it to you and put like a pink slip on the
Yeah.
guitar.
Just his finger,
Yeah.
picture of him flipping me off. There's a lot of autographed Jeff Jarrett guitars. Jeff Jarrett signed AAA belt. Was Jeff Jarrett ever in AAA?
Yeah, when he was in TNA,
Was he really?
he was like doing stuff down there. I
I
think it was
see.
around the time Dixie Carter started taking over TNA. And Jeff Jarrett was having those issues. I don't know if it's with his wife dying or
Oh man.
his issue with Kurt Angle.
Can't tell if my wife is berating one of my children upstairs right now. I thought I heard it, but I can't be sure. It's a Jeff Jarrett baseball hat. Why? A Jeff Jarrett autographed baseball. All right, I have to. Let's submit it to the guys.
Yeah.
I just found a guitar. Oops, I misspelled it.
Jackie, stay away from Tennessee.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
wear safety glasses.
exactly.
It's a goddamn trip hazard.
Yeah.
Mark Merrill gonna win? Oh, the referee.
He's like, put that back in there.
Oh, there she is.
Lord, oh Lord. Wait, so this was a heel versus heel match?
Yeah, because 1998.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, Mero was a heel, but Sable was over. Like, I mean, now granted, he's moved on to Jackie since then, but
Yeah.
no Deborah yet, so she must be still hanging out with Mongo.
See, that's the one thing I'm afraid about with Karrion Kross, with Scarlett. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Hmm?
I'm afraid like they're gonna end up like putting the spotlight more on Scarlett, giving Karrion Mero treatment.
Some of the stuff I've seen, I mean, I think Karrion Kross is going to be good enough that I don't think that'll happen. But I mean, not to say that Mero wasn't, he was. But I actually think Mero's criminally underrated. But
Like I like that match he had with Brian Pillman at Fall Brawl '95.
oh,
That was my favorite match of that pay-per-view.
we actually watched that show.
Yeah, I watched it the night before because obviously I had to work.
But I don't think they're going to intentionally put more of the spotlight on Scarlett Boudreaux as much as she's just like her character, and the fans are just going to demand it.
Yeah.
Because she's very good, and she's very attractive. So,
Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross is very good as well. I think he's going to be legit.
Yeah, I hope when he come back, he wins that title back.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's the thing is that the belt's cursed right now. I don't know why, but the nice thing was it was Karrion Kross, and then it was who? Finn Balor just broke his jaw.
Yep.
There was somebody in between.
Oh, I think it was Finn Balor.
Was it? But
yeah.
the nice thing about it is now they've kind of introduced more people. They've been forced to, and they've kind of established a couple other guys as main event. Like Kyle O'Reilly's, there's no going back now. Kyle O'Reilly's the main eventer.
Oh yeah.
The New Age Outlaws out here. Classic. Still weird to me that was that a Paul Heyman phone? It's still weird to me that Billy Gunn's in AEW and not in WWE.
I know.
Not that and I want to be clear. It's not that I disagree with it. It's just weird. When you grow up, for 20 years watching one guy with one promotion, it's weird to see him somewhere else. It'd be like seeing what would be a good example? Seeing like the that's probably not Undertaker's probably extreme. I won't go that far, but it's probably like seeing like if I don't know, because he was bigger than Dustin Rhodes. I don't know. I can't think of an example. Try to think of a tenured guy here in '98 that had been in the company for a while, and it would have been wasn't quite main event, but just below it. That just would have left WCW and came back, or left WWF and went to WCW. I can't think of one. I mean, Jarrett did it, but nobody gave a shit. But it was like seeing Owen Hart showing up on WCW. So I think we're going to have Billy Gunn and Kane. So I think I remember back in these days, every time I saw a Kane one-on-one match, I would just he'd be walking on like this guy's about to get his ass whipped. Like no matter who it was, this guy's about to get murdered on national television by Kane. So they just made their new announcement.
I didn't realize I was muted.
Yeah, you were. I hope you weren't trying to talk. The new show announcement is Mansplaining with Mance Warner.
Nice. What were you about to say before that?
I don't know.
I just looked up. It was like muted.
So far,
Basically,
Henry's in on the idea of sending Eric the Honky Tonk Man guitar, and Jeff Jarrett. Jimmy Hart's just going to be collateral damage. Wait. Didn't they advertise Billy Gunn and Kane?
You know what? Yeah.
And now it's Road Dogg.
Send that to Jimmy Hart. He probably send you beans and taters.
Beans and taters. A nice ice cold can of beer because you can't have a glass on the deck.
Yep.
Little callback to the old yesteryear of that's something to wrestle. They're doing the Jimmy Hart's. I think it was.
It was either that or earlier WHW.
I've been both. God, Kane was so awesome in '98. Referees Jimmy Corderas. I did you watch the Stone Cold Sessions with Kane on the network?
Yeah,
it's really good. I did not realize because once he pulled the mask off and you saw the hair was attached, I just always assumed that like he had a wig attached. This is his real hair.
Wait, so he put his hair on the mask after he shaved it?
So if you like when they did Team Hell No, and they had that stupid whatever the hell that was mask, that hair was attached to the mask.
Now it's his actual hair.
This here at '98, this is his real hair.
Yeah.
I did not know that. The only two I have not watched of that show is Mark Henry and what was the other? Kurt Angle. I watched all the rest.
Yeah, same with me. Those are the only two I haven't watched. The only one I was like bored with was Goldberg.
Yeah, but the thing, so the weird spot with Goldberg is he wasn't really around long enough to have like a whole lot of story to tell. I mean, he wrestled for 6 years altogether, and I mean, he debuted in WCW in '97. He didn't get big until '98. Company goes down over in 01, but he was injured. If you remember, for like 8 months in between there when he tried to cut his arm off in the limo window, and then he didn't show back up until 02. And then I think he was gone again by 04. So it was
03. It was 03.
And then he was gone by 04.
Yeah.
And then he's been doing one-offs here and there. So, I mean, really, 5 years, not even 4.5 years of full-time wrestling. Actually, not even that.
Yeah.
4.
Less
than 4.
Did I just see Kane jump up on the ring like that?
You sure did.
Yeah. Sorry. All right.
So, it's not like he has a lot of story to tell.
Yeah.
As far as wrestling's concerned. Now, granted, they talk about other stuff, but another thing with Goldberg, especially in the last few years, for one, when Brock Lesnar beat Kevin Owens for the Universal title in minute 40, what the fuck ever it was, and then Goldberg beat him in 8 seconds. I was like, what? For one, you just buried Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah.
Buried him. Whether you did it intentionally or not, it's a whole other thing, but you did it anyway. And then, they had that bad rash of hey, we'll bring a 50-something-year-old to have the title for a month. And then he dropped Undertaker on his head. So, I mean, it's not like he's super popular with fans right now, regardless. So, there wasn't a lot of clamor for the Austin sessions with Goldberg. I mean, I watched it. I can't tell you anything they talked about. I don't remember any of it.
Basically.
Kane picks up the win over Road Dogg. Nice little tombstone there. He's a bad sumbitch here. Uh-oh. This is not the bloodbath. This is when Kane, or I think Austin finds Paul Bearer's house.
So, I wonder if it's the week prior then.
It must have been. Well, no, the week prior they showed him and Austin and Undertaker in the ring. It was. I know it was the night they announced it was going to be a first blood match. That's the only thing I remember about it. Well, that's the only time frame I can give it. I shouldn't say it's the only I remember.
Yeah. I know it's been a while, but I know it was around this time period when I started watching.
I had already been watching for several years, but right now, I mean, I'm in hook, line, and sinker here in '98. I was yeah. Austin finds him. So I would alternate with my cousin David. So I would watch Raw 1 week live.
Yeah.
And tape and I would tape Nitro. And the next week we'd watch Nitro live. Is that the Undertaker?
Yep.
I was wrong. Austin of the Finest Undertaker. And then the next week I would watch Nitro live and tape Raw, and just kind of alternate through the weeks. And I did that until January 4th, 1999. And then I stopped watching Nitro. For two reasons. Truth be told, until Shivani did his podcast, well, I shouldn't even say until then. When Eric went on that Legends of Wrestling roundtable show on the network,
Yeah.
and explained to everyone that it was not Tony's idea to say, oh, that'll put butts in the seats and shit on Foley's title. Because as you know, by watching the show by now, Foley's my fucking guy. Like, that's my dude. And it was Bischoff's idea to do that. I hated Tony Schiavone for a long time because of that. Hated him. And
Crazy, all these.
yeah, I could find all this stuff later. Like, again, it wasn't Tony's idea, it was Eric's. And but also the same night, you had the finger poke of doom.
Yeah.
And I would, on occasion, I would give Nitro a chance. Or the first time I gave it to spring of '99, and super ripped Macho Man came back. I'm like, what is this? Like, I hate jacked Macho Man. It just looks goofy. And then I was like, I ain't watching.
He's like he went to the. It's like he went to the hood and came back.
Yeah. It was just like a pimp on the show. Like, I don't understand. And then I gave up for a while. I can't keep up with this. And then I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Oklahoma debuts on Nitro. Nope.
Oh yeah.
When I saw Oklahoma, I was done. I'm not watching it. I think I watched. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't even watch the Thunder. Who is that? Who is that? Is he beating up a custodian? Like, what's going on right now?
I was about to say it's like one of the Los Boricuas. Nah.
Actually, I think it might be. I think you might be right. And I don't think Los Boricuas is a thing anymore, but I think that is one of them.
I think one of the members before.
I'm befuddled. Was that Primo Cologne? Oh, Mr. Goldbeard himself, Phil Jackson's here.
What up?
You wanna jump in there, Phil?
I'm hopping in.
We have June 22nd, 1998, Monday Night Raw. We're watching Edge beat up a random audience member in his debut.
Oh, sweet.
We actually think it's one of the members of Los Boricuas after Los Boricuas, and he's wearing like a FUBU shirt and jeans. And this match is over already.
June 22nd, 1998?
Yes, sir.
Got it. Don't call me sir.
We just Edge just won his debut match against some guy we can't figure out who it is.
Damn it.
Only Frank would know.
Frank would know. It's a good call. Frank quit being a doofus and going to school. That's for suckers. Need to come back to the show.
Wait, what's that? I hear Frank all the way from Rhode Island saying, "Eat my ass."
Yes.
Manscaped ass.
He yells it very loud. Oh, he hurt that guy. There's no way he didn't hurt that guy.
June 22nd, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time code?
All right. If you jump to 58 minutes and then pause it, and I'll tell you when we get there because it's at 57:35 right now.
All right.
Yeah, there's no way Edge did not. Oh, now we got Mankind and Kane backstage. I'm not really sure what Mankind is attempting to do here. Console Kane.
No, you had enough beer. No more.
Yeah.
No more liquor.
Are you ready there, Phil?
Hang on. There we go.
2, 1,
Ad.
58 minutes. All right, go to 59 then.
All right.
God damn it.
I'm at 58:58.
Okay, I'll tell you when we get there. So, yeah, that dude's hurt. There's no way. Oh, Phil, did you hear my idea of a gift to send to Eric Bischoff? So we were on eBay just now.
Surprise.
I found an autographed guitar I want to send to Eric Bischoff, signed by 3 people.
Mhm.
Can you guess the 3 people?
Oh, let me think here. Autographed guitar. Jimi Hendrix?
No.
Keith.
Wrestlers.
That'd be bad. Oh, the wrestlers? Okay.
I'm not sending Eric Bischoff. I would send myself an autographed Jimi Hendrix guitar.
3 wrestlers. See, that's different than 3 people.
All right, hold on. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. All right.
Got it. I gotta need that shit.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, sir.
Is David Arquette one of them?
David Arquette is not one of them.
Is Vince Russo one of them?
No. Oh, God,
Okay.
I wish. It made it even better.
Sending him an autographed guitar with David Arquette, Vince Russo, and Dave Meltzer on there.
Oh, my God.
He'd
I mean,
send-
you know what's bad? It ain't far from that.
Oh, really? Oh.
It's not going to be a good gift. Eric's going to
Oh.
hate it.
Hockey Talk Man?
That's 1.
Oh, yes. Jeff Jarrett.
That's 2.
Oh, yes.
The third one he doesn't really hate. He's just going to be collateral damage. Jimmy Hart.
Oh, okay. Yep.
It's for sale for $300 or $350. And as soon as I was looking at it, I was like, how do we not send this to Eric Bischoff right now?
You're absolutely right.
We need to pool our money and send that to Eric.
Owen Hart.
And Dan Severn, first round of the King of the Ring.
Yep.
We were
Is
just
he sweaty,
discussing.
or is he always pouring water over him?
He's wet.
Okay.
We were discussing theme songs. We had a Ken Shamrock match.
Mhm.
Ken Shamrock, who did he murder? I don't even remember anymore.
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
And Shamrock, in our opinion, has one of the more underrated theme songs ever.
Definitely.
I said Severance is up there too.
Yeah, when Shamrocks hit, it's like shit's going down and it's suddenly immediately serious.
Yeah.
It's like shifting to red alert. All hands on deck. For me though, Attitude Era, The Brood. You can't beat The Brood.
It's good.
When that flaming circle popped up and that music came up and they started rising out of that circle with the music playing and they're laughing like they know something you don't with that goblet of blood, it's like, fuck, those guys are cool.
Yes.
Until
Agreed.
they let him talk. I think it was Gangrel. They let him talk. It was just like, eh.
Well, you know the story of how Edge and Christian got over, right? At least with the backstage. I think it was the first time Gangrel was going to cut a promo for the Brood,
That's right.
and he didn't know what to say, so he handed
That's
the mic
probably
off
why
to Edge. He handed the mic off to Edge.
That's probably why it came off so terrible.
Yeah, he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Edge and Christian were not supposed to speak. Uh-oh. Yeah, we got another run in here.
God, I miss Owen Hart. You think he'd be training right now? He'd be training people?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
He'll probably be in, I think he'll be in AEW.
Who?
Owen.
No.
If Owen hadn't died, there would have been no heat with, like, nowhere near as much heat with WWE, with Bret Hart. That
Right.
whole screw job, I mean, the screw job was there. It would have blown over. The nuclear heat was when Owen died. If Owen hadn't died, because Owen stayed, there was, Bret left, Owen stayed. No, there was no ill will with Owen. Owen wanted to be there. So, yeah, no, he'd definitely be an NXT trainer for sure.
Yes. And again, I don't know why I keep saying, I'm not saying it anymore. I'm not going to kill. I'm not speaking ill of AEW. I'm not doing that anymore. It's Owen. Owen wouldn't go. He would have stayed with WWE.
Mm.
Because that's, I mean, by now he would have been with the company for shit. Dave in 92,
25 years.
91. I mean, he'd be headed for 30.
You know,
Yeah.
now that I think about it, not to interrupt you, I actually remember because I actually recently watched the Dark Side of the Ring episode with Owen, and he actually said he told his wife that he wasn't going to be in the wrestling business forever, that he wanted to retire, you know, fairly soon in his career and spend time with his kids. So maybe he probably wouldn't be involved in wrestling, not in a large capacity.
Well, no, I don't think he'd be a full-time star because he wanted to
Yeah.
retire and become a firefighter. And I think he said you know, when he passed away in '99, I think he said he had 3 years left. So maybe we don't know too, but and this is why it's so hard to just make the blanket statement. Hopefully James unmutes himself at some point and joins the conversation. Is
I don't want to.
There you go.
if you recall, well, if you think about it, after Owen had just wrestled Edge for the first time, right before he passed away. It was at a house show.
Yep.
Oh no, it was at a pay-per-view. I can't remember which one.
I think it was both.
But yeah, he wrestled Edge randomly on a pay-per-view, and then
He had a dark match with Kurt Angle too.
yeah, right around the corner, Kurt Angle, Taz.
JVC Kaboom Box.
We were just talking about the JVC
Yeah.
Kaboom box. Kaboom of the week. Who else? The Dudleys, the Hardys, all these guys. Randy Orton, Cena would have been there for Owen to wrestle. So I mean, it's nice to think that, oh yeah, Owen would have left in 02 and became a firefighter. I think he would have been 40 in 02. But at the same time, like if you're Owen Hart and you're that good and you have the opportunity to wrestle all these guys, I'm not sure you're leaving. And also Flair comes in. Like, I'm not sure you're just gonna pack up shop and leave. Like
Right.
So I mean, it's hard to say.
Jeff Jarrett and
Yeah,
Owen
look
Hart
at-
versus Christian Edge the day before.
Look at Owen, he's busted open in the back. I actually spent a good chunk of the day driving around listening to the Something to Wrestle King of the Ring 98 episode, and they talked about Owen getting bashed, you know, his head bashed open in the back there. And Owen did, there was a receipt somewhere down the line with that. I don't remember where, but a receipt came back from Owen on that headshot wound.
Oh, James, did you want to watch this with us?
Yeah, what are you watching?
Oh,
Monday Night Raw from June 22nd, 1998. It's the go home for King of the Ring. There's old Sarge and Tony Garea. Mike Chioda, new AEW referee.
I feel like
God, it's so weird seeing Road Dogg with dreads.
Yeah, especially
I feel
now
like I
he's
need a face shield from Sergeant Slaughter.
Hey, we DX was just ahead of their time on those face shields.
Yeah, they were. They knew what was
Totally.
coming. They knew what was coming. They were cutting edge. Let me know when you're up and running there, James. I'll tell you where we're at. We got about a half an hour left to go on the show.
It's June
How
what,
much?
22nd, you said, 1998?
Yes.
How much money would you need going into that Qatar?
All right, give me a time check.
We are at 106, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 29, 30, 31.
Okay.
So it would depend.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to just make you break your banks buying this hate guitar for Eric Bischoff. Well, I mean, it's out of love from us, but he'll hate it.
Oh yeah, the more people, the better. It'll be easy.
A
Well,
honky
what's
tonk
300
guitar.
divided by 9?
Yes. 350 divided by 9 would be less than $40.
Yeah, see, I could do that.
I'd have to ask some people about Eric's address. 'Cause I'm not aware.
He lives in the middle of effing nowhere.
Yes, he does.
I'm kind of jealous. Like he literally built himself a home away from everything.
We could probably find Kanye's house faster than we could find Bischoff's house.
Probably.
Here, talk about a sign of things to come. The Rock and Triple H here in '98.
Jesus.
Man,
Is this is the year they had the ladder match SummerSlam, wasn't it?
It
For the
is.
Intercontinental title.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do not understand the hate today for Triple H. I don't get it. I mean,
People,
let's be honest with each other right now.
The
He's a
hate.
genius.
I know AEW is popular; they're the hot thing right now. Triple H is responsible for the best wrestling show on television right now in NXT.
I agree.
if Triple H were running WWE and ran in the style of NXT, there's a good chance AEW wouldn't exist.
Because well, I don't think that's true, but
At least
Let's-
under the form it's in now.
right. I mean, the reason the NXT guys are shitting the bed on the main roster is not because they can't perform on national television. It's because
It's Vince McMahon.
yes,
So I read a
You know,
report
Jim
morning
Ross says it
that-
all the time. It all comes up to the same guy. It all comes up to one person at the end of the day.
I read a report this morning that, and then I think Wrestle Talk did it, was Triple H and Stephanie were offered the job of Raw before Paul Heyman, and they said no.
well, because I mean, until
And then how do you fire your daughter?
right,
Like,
until head honcho's out of the picture, Raw's not going to be yours.
you're the executive director that reports to somebody else who makes the
Yeah.
decision.
That's
so you
become
make zero
obvious.
decision.
I mean, Heyman. There was some noticeable difference in Raw. But I mean, not a ton. And I don't think Raw's changed all that much since Bruce has taken over.
The Retribution is starting to shit the bed pretty hard.
Well, they
Started.
pretty much buried him after the
So-
Fiends.
I say, what do you mean
Destroyed 'em.
starting?
Well, here's my take with the Retribution. You know, they had the mystique about him at first. It's like, why are these guys tearing up sets and destroying stuff? And it's like you wanted to know what was going on. And then they just kept doing it week after week after week to the point where it's like, okay, I don't care anymore. You know, they're clearly not going to explain it to us. And then finally, you know, they signed, you know, 5 or 6 people. Now it's 5 because of one of the girls whose name escapes me isn't a member anymore.
Mia Yim?
No, not me. I'm the other one.
Oh, Mercedes Martinez?
There we go. Thank you. And, you know, and everyone thought T-Bar was a leader. And then, you know, it turns out that, you know, he wasn't actually the guy in charge, but he's the one cutting the awesome Twitter promos. You know, that's Dominic Dijakovic, who is a fantastic performer and
Right, Jack.
completely wasted on this angle. And then they had the Fiend bury him on Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
the whole group by himself. So, I mean, that's it. You know, no matter what they do, they're just gonna be like, oh, well, that's the group the Fiend buried by themselves. So
They just pushed themselves into a wall with that. Like,
yep.
you're gonna have the Fiend get beat down, or you're gonna have Retribution get beat down if they want to start them strong.
No, we can all agree that Alexa Bliss is like the best thing going right now.
Oh, God,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Your outfit on Firefly Funhouse. I was looking and I was liking.
She's the fun kind of crazy.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
So we're all doing the costume party next weekend, right? Have you seen what Lauren's been up to?
Something with a spinning the wheel.
Yes. Did she make that?
I think so.
Is she a
She's
carpenter?
hosting.
Is she a carpenter and she did not tell us?
You know, you can actually order wheels similar to that on eBay. I actually, not eBay, but Amazon. I actually did it for my previous job.
Don't
Okay.
ruin my dreams. She built that
Okay.
by hand, lovingly,
All right. Yes.
with a sander and a hammer.
We'll go with that.
Yes.
If they built it, if she built it, they will come.
One way to put it.
I cannot wait.
My boss originally agreed to let me leave early, but now he's not. But it's okay because my best friend who I work with, he's gonna let me. My boss leaves at 4. I get off at 6:30. It's just me and my best friend after 6. So he's like, just give me your login and password, and I'll clock you out at 6:30. You can leave at 6. I'm like, you're my hero.
I don't know how I would have said that just now on the show, but
That's okay.
all right.
I promise
Yeah.
you, my boss and nobody I work with are wrestling fans.
Okay.
See, I'm stuck in between two. I'm trying to find orange and black glasses and an orange pad shirt.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're doing Taz.
I'm thinking about it, but then like if I had to do last minute, I'd just dye my hair blonde. I look like just like Miro.
Pretty sure you're already there. Last minute is what I meant. Pretty sure it's already last minute.
All I needed was a white shirt and then just dye my hair blonde.
That's not
So
true. I made an order yesterday on eBay. Problem solved.
I ordered James. I'm not even sure if you're aware what. I'm not going to say it on the show. I want it to be a surprise, but I don't think you know what I'm going to be for
It's
Halloween.
great.
Um,
Great.
my
Fantastic.
T-shirt came in last week, so I just need to cut the sleeves off of it. Maybe I'll do fringe,
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, go for the fringe.
and then I have to figure out a way to do the black elbow length wrist guard with the tassels,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna take me an hour to paint my face.
Well, if
Luckily
you're
for
going
me, I just need to get home 5 minutes before the Zoom starts because it will
Yeah.
literally take me 5 minutes to go from work to costume.
You just have to get half nude and throw a vest on.
Yep. Oh, and crack open some beers.
There you go.
Well, if you're being Macho Man, they got the underwear on eBay.
That one's already taken. Minus the
someone-
underwear.
Is someone Macho Man?
Maybe.
Is that
That's
you?
why.
Maybe.
Very good.
That's why I said it.
Do you have the glasses?
Matt could have been Macho Man with the impression. That would have been great.
Well, when it gets delivered, yes.
Matt has
Um,
been very, very quiet on what his costume is. I don't think he's even uttered a word
No.
about it.
Well, I mean, Matt's costume is going to be Pentagon Jr. because that's who he is.
Yep.
So he's just going to be his wrestling persona. I mean, it's lazy, but whatever. I'm not a judge.
There's some bonus content for you guys. Matt Levin is actually Pentagon Jr. For those who don't know,
That's why he hasn't been on the show in 2 weeks.
he has night court on Wednesdays. He's 5'6". He has a large collection of Pentagon masks, and the chin is the same. Case closed.
I have a hard time believing he's the same height as me. He looks like he's at least like 6 foot something.
No, Matt's short.
I know.
Penta's only 5'6".
He's my height. I'm
Jeez.
5'6".
I'm 5'7", so I'm not much taller, but
I'm 5'11", you short pricks.
well, you
6'1",
know.
you short pricks.
Shut
All
up.
right.
Phil.
Imagine I walk up to you, TJ. I'm like, hey, recognize me? Who are you, you short shit?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Did The Rock just win with the perfect plex?
I missed that.
I believe so.
The
And
DX
then-
beat down on the Rock.
Here
Was that
comes
a-
DX.
Was that a move of his and I was unaware?
Oh, is that the Nation members? Is
Yes.
it-
It's the Nation of DX feud.
Wow, look how small Mark Henry looks.
Isn't that
Like-
scary? And he's like 385 pounds here.
Yeah, no, as I say, like, and like, it's not like he's tiny. Yes.
I think that's
How many
where he's at
people?
now.
How many people saw his Hall of Pain run coming?
No, I didn't.
I never thought he was going to be a world champion, and I never ever thought he'd be a monster heel.
I mean that run and then his fake retirement,
That
was-
the best.
amazing. And here's why. I hate to say this, but I mean I had 20 years of proof to fall back on.
Yep.
I didn't think Mark Henry had it in him
Nope.
to do the Hall of Fame thing. I really didn't.
I was over here standing up, clapping, like, thank you, Henry. As soon as he gave Cena that hug, turned into a power slam. I was like, oh my God.
Oh no, it was not a power slam. It was the world's strongest slam.
Sorry. Dude,
By
Billy
the
Gunn
way-
looks exactly the same.
He does. He's found the fountain of youth somewhere.
Like
Benjamin
maybe,
Button.
well, I mean, maybe the hairline's a little bit more receding, but he looks exactly the same.
So we get to look forward to Shamrock and Double J against The Rock and Dan Severn
Oh,
on Sunday. Dude,
Oof.
you guys, whose idea was it to do the Chamber of Horrors match the last Sunday this month? Was that Henry or was that you?
Pretty sure it was me.
Dude, Antonio, I read the card earlier. Holy balls. That show is going to be so fun. Oh, my God.
I need my liquor. I need my liquor.
So I'm going to try to remember offhand. I'm not going to look it up again. I want to say match 3 is PN News and Big Josh, who we know is Doink, against Creature number 1 and Creature number 2.
that sounds terrible. Like, in what part of that is better than what we just watched, Halloween Havoc 98?
Oh, it's not. It's going to be far worse.
God.
Match 7. Van Hammer.
Stop. Just stop.
Match 7.
Wait. Match 7. So how close to the main event is Van Hammer?
3 matches away. Picks up the win against Doug Summers. Match 5. What was match 5? Was equally terrible. It was another made-up Halloween character. Now I have to look it up.
So it's just going to be eBay shopping day. Got it.
I can't. Well, that's going to be every show now. But
It was
actually, I still have it pulled up on my phone.
No,
I was
we
about to
need,
say-
we need a running total every week of who spends on eBay.
How much money we
And
spent on
every
eBay?
week, yeah, every week we just update it. Like so this show has now successfully spent $3,060
I feel like
in
the
eBay
worst.
items while watching bad wrestling.
Well, come Sunday, I'm spending my first 3 purchases on eBay. I'm saving
like
it
it.
for the
I like
episode. Yeah.
I like it.
I spent $25
Holy
for the
fucking
CM Punk poster.
you guys! This is worse than I remembered. I just read it an hour ago. Match. But here's the bad part. There's some really good matches in between. Bobby Eaton and Terry Taylor. Johnny B. Bad and Jimmy Garvin. Steve Austin and Dustin Rose go a time limit draw for the TV title. But then we get Bill Kazmaier versus Oz. Then we get Van Hammer over Doug Summers. And then we get Flying Brian and Ricky Morton. Okay, I'm back on board. Match number 9. 2 matches from the main event. The Halloween Phantom defeated Tom Zink. Jesus.
You guys are gluttons for punishment, huh?
And then you get, but I mean, after that, you get the Enforcers, which is Arn Anderson and Larry Zbyszko, against the Patriots, Todd Champion and Firebreaker Chip. That's the semi-main. And the main event's Lex Luger and Ron Simmons for the title.
Oof.
So ad-free shows will be graced by the presence of Mance Warner.
I just read that.
Yep.
You guys, I love the fact that I mentioned this idea for an ironic gift for Eric Bischoff and this guitar, and it looks like it's happening. So you're welcome, Eric. Enjoy that. I want to see it hung up in your house.
Now,
Yeah.
is it going to be from Top Guy Theater? Is that what from Top
yeah.
Guy Theater to Eric?
I'll put all of our names down, and then I'll put well, actually, I'm just going to have it shipped to his house when I find out his address.
You got Cash App or whatever.
So we're going to have to I don't know. We'll have to tweet him hey, we just sent you an eBay gift. Do not throw it away when you get it, please. Please show us a video of you opening it. By the way, there's going to be a video on Sunday show of the King of the Ring of that piece of shit, Mike Kolb. Did not send me a poster. And there will be a video of what happened on Sunday.
That piece of shit, Mike Kolb. That's
Yeah.
his full name.
So
Yeah.
he sent you a glitter bomb?
Did everyone know but me?
Oh, no, I just took a guess.
That's what it was. Thank you for ruining it. That's what it was.
Oh.
Bury the lead.
I mean, I guess I could have played it off, but yes, that's what it was. Glitter with 2 dicks inside.
Oh,
There
for
was
real?
like
I
2
didn't even
pieces.
see that. I
Yeah,
didn't
there
even
was
see
there
that.
was 2 pieces of penis-shaped glitter in there. So my wife's filming it. And I think you guys have seen the video by now. And I open it, and she just starts dying laughing. And everyone was like, "That's the best part of the video. Is your wife just loses her mind?" Because I'm just looking at it like, now I have to vacuum this shit up.
That's
And here to think I was going to send Mike Kolb a gift back. Well, I'm going to send him a gift back, all right.
Oh God, I can't wait to find out what that is.
How
We
many
might-
times have we seen this DX intro?
All
I've
of
already
them,
seen it twice, and I've only been here 20 minutes.
every match.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. That's what's it going on 4 or 5 times.
You can
I'm
send
an
Well-
ass man.
Road Dogg faced Kane. Now Billy Gunn's going to make out with China, whatever's getting ready to happen. X-Pac face somebody, and then because he gave him the X Factor as soon as the match started.
That was Owen Hart. No, that was Dennis.
No.
Never mind. I'm thinking.
Double J.
I'm thinking. X
Oh, it was
Pac
Double
was
J.
like
Yeah, that's right. It was Double J.
Yeah.
And then
We're making a shirt for Frank. Make sure the slicks are all down. Send it to Frank so it could be Double J.
yeah, we're gonna send him we're gonna cut Double J's dumbass top out of a T-shirt and then send it to Frank.
Jesus.
Hopefully we cut it in a way I can see his nips. I gave you the coronavirus. Oh,
I did a test run with the vest. There will be no nips showing from Phil on the Halloween party.
that's a shame. Crying shame.
Yep.
So for those of you who just wondered why I just said coronavirus, I coughed, and then my wife walked by with laundry and said, "Stay away with me with your coronavirus."
Yeah, but she sneezed earlier.
She did, and she sneezed in the kitchen upstairs, and
And I
Antonio was
heard it.
like, "Hey, bless you." So I had to mute my mic and yell, "Hey, Antonio said bless you."
Man.
I'm in
You're
no way
right.
mocking coronavirus. My wife quarantined me just not 'cause I coughed.
It happens.
Why is that not a disqualification? Ref, what do you?
Maybe it's a no DQ match. We can't hear it. That's Mike Chioda too. Get her.
Mike Yoda's kicking her out.
You're out of here.
Says, get out of here.
So is it every other Monday we either get Mike Chioda and Gerald Briscoe?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Is Kyoto?
I
Is
didn't realize this
still
at
on
first.
AEW,
That,
or is
you
that
know,
like a
lot of
one-time thing?
A lot of
What's
these
that?
announcements are My Push and Top Guys, but the Happy Hour with Medusa is just Top Guy. I didn't realize that.
I don't know if
And Rebel too.
Chioda and Briscoe are full time or if there's a one off. I don't know.
Matt's all on board for Rebel.
Oh, I'm sure he is. We were finding out, and I love him to pieces, but we're finding out Matt is a low-key pervert.
In the best possible way.
Like he's
You know
not
what?
he's not like dangerous or stalkerish. He's just
Even worse than me.
He admires
no,
the females.
no,
Intensely.
he's not even close. You're
He intensely admires the females.
you're Hall of Fame. No one's encroaching your territory.
Yeah, James.
Matt's like European champion compared to you.
James, the conversation I told them last night.
European champion.
The conversation I told him last night. You'll be like, "What the?"
Yeah, it was something.
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah, he goes, "Should I tell that story on the air?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. You should not tell that story on the air."
Is this like the other James's Ask Noah question? Jesus.
It's up there.
It's up there.
It's up there.
Whew. That would
And Billy Gunn was so close to being top tier, but apparently it was because he couldn't hang as a singles because of his asthma, which I can relate because I
Yeah.
have asthma. And he was just so used to the tag team stuff. He can still go today. To this day, he can
Mhm.
still wrestle, but it's just a shame. I mean, his promos weren't the best, but his push got shit on literally the next night after his King of the Ring win
Oh
with the
my
Rock
God.
cut.
I-
Probably one of the best promos.
The
of
Rock's
all time.
promo is fantastic.
I forgot The Rock buried him so hard until they referenced it on the show on Something to Wrestle, and they
God.
talked about it. And I was like, "Oh my God, that's right! I forgot The Rock just shit on him after what was it, SummerSlam?
No, King of the Ring.
Was it King of the Ring?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
because
just
the
won
promo-
King of the Ring.
The promo went, I just won King of the Ring, but the problem is I absolutely suck.
Oh, that's right.
Billy's prayer to God.
Good Lord.
Dude,
I think
That's-
that's one of those things. Like, I understand he's The Rock. I get it. But at some point, you're like, you can't. What are you doing? You can't do that.
that was
you can't-
before he was a movie star too. That was just
Yeah. You
The
can't.
Rock.
You can't bury your potential, the contender for your title 3 months before the goddamn match. That was a hell of a drop kick just now.
Absolutely.
That was like 11 feet off the ground. I exaggerated a hair, but it was pretty high.
Hey, so here's a pop quiz for you guys. who is the most successful King of the Ring?
How is it not Austin?
What's the definition?
Edge.
Yep, he got it right there. Edge. No King of the Ring has held more titles than Edge.
Shut up.
No world titles, tag titles, name it.
God.
Nobody's had more than him.
Which means Edge is better than this. Are we going to sit here and have the Dan Marino versus Terry Bradshaw talk right now?
No,
Yes.
no, negative.
So Edge is better than Austin? Shut your face.
I'm saying as far as titles and as far as being launched into the next, and staying power. He stayed a hell of a lot longer than Austin did.
Well, I mean, that one's
Edge had been wrestling. What year did he win? 2000?
2001.
2001.
So he'd been wrestling in WWF for 5 years when he won King of the Ring. Austin, when he won 96, he'd been wrestling for 11 years already.
Right.
No, I'm sorry, 8.
I just
8
meant
years.
in WWE in general. He stayed a hell of a lot longer after Austin left. And he's back. And the dude looks better than he freaking did when he left. I mean, he's not back now, but he'll be back again.
Your premise is flawed.
Yeah. Title victories. I should have just went with title victories.
2001. was
Yes.
Edge.
That would have been reasonable, yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna say successful, I would still go Austin because nobody got a bigger push after that
I mean, if you were looking at a record
in terms
book,
of like self push, because that was a
Yeah.
self push.
if you were looking at a record book of successful King of the Rings and their accomplishments after they won the King of the Ring, Edge would be number one.
Yeah, you're purely talking about titles.
Exactly.
You're talking about money and drawing power. It's Austin.
Oh no,
by
you
a
can't beat
mile.
Austin.
And Austin did
What
not.
did JR say? He made $8 million on T-shirt sales or something
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Austin, this is the second time we've seen Sable tonight, by the way. Austin,
Give the
That's
people
okay.
what they want.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, Austin was world champion before Sable came on. I just blanked. But
Yeah.
Austin was champion before they were passing around.
Whoa,
everything.
did you see that fan? He had like a tight grip on her hand, which she was walking up the stairs.
Are you sure it was a fan
Oh, maybe it was Matt.
Oh,
or a crew guy?
it was a fan.
I don't believe you.
It was a fan.
And then, Edge won 11 world titles.
That is the most clothes I've ever seen
Really?
him wear.
Yes,
I don't know.
Doesn't feel like 11 titles.
11 world
Yeah,
titles.
he is it goes Ric Flair, John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, Edge.
Yeah.
For all time.
Obviously, Cena and this actually, Antonio, you might be right. This might be the 9. He gets
Is
the
it?
bloodbath. He's wearing the jersey.
It actually is.
I'm a little behind. Hold on. Okay.
Cena
Yeah.
and Flair are both 16.
Yep.
Hunter's 15.
Yep.
Orton's 14,
13.
13. And then Edge is 11.
Soon to be.
Nobody else in the company has double digits. Not even close.
I think Orton's going to win this weekend too.
Wasn't this the only time he wore that jersey?
I agree with that prediction
Yeah, I think
because
so.
what they're going to build
Yeah.
to is an Orton Edge world title match.
Yep, at WrestleMania 37 because it'll be outdoors and it's going to be in Tampa again.
I'll give their last match credit. Being touted, what was it, the greatest fight of all? What is it? The greatest
Greatest
wrestling
match of
in
all
history.
time.
Greatest wrestling match in history. They put on a really good match.
It was
And-
good.
And Edge proved that, after all those years, he can still go. And
Why is this bleeped out on the network?
Austin's making Sable flip off McMahon.
No. I get that, but why is it blanked on the network?
I don't know.
I tell you what, though, I knew Edge was coming back when he speared Elias on a pre-show.
Yeah.
pretty
WWE
much
wouldn't have let
everybody
him
knew
do
that
that if he
it was
wasn't
coming.
cleared.
Which, by the way, that is funny. They bleeped that out because if you watch one of the ECW shows, you can more or less see, someone's butthole by the time it's over.
Oh yeah.
Anything with Francine in it.
You know what's funny is when you really think about it and knowing what we know now. I mean, probably their most clothed female performer in ECW was probably Sunny.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen Sable wear more clothes than she is right now. Like she's
I mean-
so covered head to toe.
If
Yeah,
she had
in a cat suit.
if she had Kane's mask on, other than her boobage, you wouldn't know who she was.
So this is my first memory in wrestling. There.
Sable's boobs.
Oh yeah, that. But
So, because we know what's getting ready to happen. So the main event of this Raw was it Billy Gunn and Mankind?
that was the main event.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
And earlier in the show, we saw Rock and Triple H.
And Edge made his in-ring debut.
He did.
God, it sucks I wasn't here for that.
He beat some guy from Los Pericuas.
Didn't he use like a cross body block?
No, so he did a somersault over the top rope and legit entered the guy.
Huh.
He got stretchered off.
I knew it was some sort of top rope move. I remember hearing.
And they showed the replay twice. And it didn't get better either time. All right, here we go. Oh, this is also the first time Kane speaks is in the show.
That's like
I am Kane.
second time.
Well, not the second time in the show, but it was the first.
Oh yeah.
This is the first show he spoke with his stupid voice box. I don't think he's going to speak this time.
No, he was.
Which, by the way, he made the stipulation in this match that if he lost, he would light himself on fire.
I never thought. Well,
And
A,
he
nobody
broke from
saw
last week.
Kane's win at King of the Ring coming, but after he lost it the next night, I'm like, Kane's never going to be world champion again.
We had I can't remember who it was with, but we had the talk of like the longest wait in between world title runs because I can't remember who
Bob Backlund.
84 to 94.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
That's actually not who it is. It's Kane.
Really?
He
Kane
won
on
it.
the
He
Largo?
won it in '98, and he didn't. He won the world heavyweight title when he cashed in on Rey Mysterio in 2010.
Damn.
Oh wow.
That's crazy. I already know what Kane just said. Like this Sunday, the blood on you will be for real.
So cheesy.
That's what he said.
Oh my
Look at
god.
the memory on this guy.
Or
So
you had closed captions on, one or the other.
we just watched.
No, I
yeah,
like-
he cheating bastard. So we just watched the go home Raw for King of the Ring. What are our final thoughts here before I go to bed? 'Cause I have to be up in 8 hours already.
Well, having
Good
been
job.
here only 20 minutes, I don't have too much I can add to the show other than, I saw 2 DX entrances in the 35 minutes of the show I watched. And that, I saw,
All 5 members wrestled. So
yep, I saw Owen Hart,
Or
his
four
back
members.
of his head blasted open. And then I saw the bloodbath. I remember this bloodbath. I remember the whole premise of this is, how is Austin going to make him bleed? How is that going to happen? And that was the whole point. If anyone can figure out how to do it, it's going to be Austin.
well, then when I'm not going to. I mean, I guess spoils don't count 22 years later. But when you see Kane come out full bodysuit, both gloves.
Yep.
Oh,
finally got
shit.
it. I finally got it last night when I watched it. Like, I finally got why he was wearing all that.
It's genius.
Yeah.
But I mean, a giveaway should have been when Kane said, "I'll light myself on fire." They're not going to let him light himself on fire.
They'll let him light Jim Ross on fire later on, though.
And a cameraman.
I thought he
So-
was going to get lit on fire because if he got lit on fire, then it would be some angle about the whole, like, fire does nothing for me, blah, blah, blah,
So you thought they were going to make him the Thing from the Fantastic Four?
No, the
Human Torch, you mean?
Oh,
no,
Human
the,
Torch, yeah.
the Human Torch. No, the in the story of him coming out was that he was supposed to die in a fire, wasn't it?
Yes.
Parents died, and then like he was.
There's actually a show where Bruce Pitcher literally tells the entire story of Kane, and it is, the way he explains it is both hilarious and fantastic.
It's dead nuts.
Well, it was all his idea, right? That was like his whole thing.
Yeah,
Paul-
that's his baby.
Paul Bearer diddled Undertaker's mama.
That's like my favorite storyline of all time.
That's what Vince McMahon threw in at the end.
Anything else, gents? Oh, by the way, this card, it's not Halloween Havoc bad. It's pretty bad. Would you like to hear it?
Let's hear it.
Give me a second to pull it up again. I also could not remember when Dustin Rhodes teamed up with Dusty Rhodes. It was Rumble Rumble 91, if you were curious.
90.
I was.
Jeez.
I was a year old.
Oh, there's Dick to go. Because we were exchanging dick pics earlier. King of the Ring, 1998. All right. So here's the card. It's not very good. Opening match, the Headbangers and Taka Michinoku
Yes.
defeated Funaki, Mince Teo, and Dick to go.
Dick to go.
Isn't it Kaientai? Isn't that what they were
That's
called?
Kaientai, yeah.
Indeed.
Ken Shamrock defeats Jeff Jarrett with Tennessee Lee. Old jump rope himself. The Rock defeated Dan Severn. Too Much. Brian Christopher and Scott Taylor defeated Al Snow with Head. Do you remember how this match ends?
Yes, the Head and Shoulders.
Jerry Lawler, special guest referee. Jesus. X-Pac defeated Owen Hart. The New Age Outlaws defeat the New Midnight Express
Oh no!
to successfully defend their WWF title.
Isn't it Bodacious Billy?
Bodacious Bart and Bombastic Bob.
It said.
Oh,
was
my
close.
God.
And I love that they gave them nicknames because Bobby Eaton, Stan Lane, and Dennis Condrey did not have nicknames. Then Ken Shamrock defeats The Rock to win the King of the Ring. We get Undertaker, Mankind, of course, and then Kane and Steve Austin is your main event.
You guys know why Ken Shamrock never hit the main event?
We discussed it.
Yeah.
He
He's
was
not
Not
he
reliable.
wasn't reliable.
he essentially stopped going to house shows.
Yeah.
So I think
I'm
that's it.
hyped. I'm ready for
That's it.
Sunday.
Can't wait for
Hey.
Sunday.
They were all
I
excited.
won't
Saturday.
be drinking this Sunday. My
I'm gonna
taste buds
stack up.
remain intact.
I might be.
Got
Well, you
more
just might not be
Malort.
drinking Malort.
Mm,
Yeah. Got to get Jack Daniels.
Disgusting. Jack, I can do.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
Jameson.
you don't like Jack?
That's the whiskey of choice right there.
I can do Jameson.
That would be another great
Man's
choice.
whiskey.
Hey, if you guys get Jack or whatever, I'll get a Jack Daniels bottle for Sunday.
I like whiskey. I can't drink Sunday because I have to go to work Monday. Well, no,
That's
I
overrated.
guess I don't go to work till Monday afternoon. I'm on seconds next week. We'll
Yeah,
see.
you're good.
We'll see.
Work's overrated anyway.
That's not true
I'll
at
look
all.
into seeing if we can't get our care package to Mr. Bischoff when we get
We're
out
going
of
to
here.
discuss it as soon as I close this meeting.
Okay.
All right. King of the Ring 98 coming up Monday. Be on the lookout for it.